Hey guys, welcome to Urban WarFit. Coach Rob Pyfer here with Samantha Wright. Today we're going to go through gymnastics and efficiency and movement. We're going to start with kicking up to a handstand, handstand push-ups, kipping handstand push-ups, handstand walks, and last but not least, freestanding handstand push-ups.
Hey guys, so we're going to cover some handstand skills today. We're going to talk about how to kick up into the handstand properly. We'll then go into the strict handstand push-up and then the kipping handstand push-up. In between there, we'll talk about headstands, proper hand positioning, the hollow body position, and then at the end, we'll finally get to some freestanding handstand push-ups. So first thing, let's talk about the lunge. So how we get into the handstand determines how we're going to end in the handstand push-ups or a freestanding handstand. If you don't kick up properly, you're not going to be able to hold it properly, right? Kind of like a snatch or a clean. If you don't have the right setup off the floor, you're going to fail the lift, right? Same thing with gymnastics. So what I'd like you to start with is pick one foot, doesn't matter which. I am a lefty in gymnastics, I'm a righty in everything else, so it really doesn't matter. So we're going to put that one foot out in front of us. Your front toe is going to be pointed straight ahead. Your front knee should be directly over that big toe. Now, your back foot should have the heel on the floor and the toes slightly out to the side. When we do this, let's also make sure that the hips are square ahead. All right, so now we talked about the legs, let's talk about the middle. All right, so when we're in the handstand, we always want to have a tight core and we want to set up properly in this lunge now. So we're going to brace the abs, pull that belly button in. We're then going to lean that chest slightly forward so you have a straight line from the shoulder down to that back heel. So I'm nice and neutral and engaged in that core. I'm then going to put those arms over my head. Now I don't want to be loose here. Okay? We want to be ready for the handstand at this point. So we're going to make sure we have active shoulders, shrugging all the way through the shoulders and those lats. And then we have the straight line from your wrist down to that back heel. Make sure you have that lean. We don't want to be back here. You don't need a lot of force to get up to the wall. We're going to lean into it. You guys are all strong enough to get into that handstand without just throwing your body to the wall. All right, so let's go over how to tee into the handstand now. From this leaning position, I'm then going to push through that front leg and lean towards that floor, keeping that straight line again from our wrist to that back heel. So now, when we lead up, we're going to try and get all the way to the wall. When we get there, the only thing that should touch the wall should be those heels. We're keeping that straight line. If we break that straight line, we have a few bad things happen. What I don't want to see you do is when we set up in that lunge, we don't want to reach down for the floor. So we break that shoulder angle, we have a couple things happen. We're going to have the shoulders lean forward, they're going to hit the wall, and also if we do that in a freestanding handstand, you're going to take a little tumble. All right? The next thing that we don't want to see is a breaking at the hips. Don't let that butt shoot up. If we break at the hips, we've got a similar thing happening. The butt will hit the wall. I've seen a butt go through the wall this way. We don't want that to happen. So if we keep that straight line again, we're going to have that heel lead the way, and it'll be the first thing upside down. Alright guys, so now we're going to put the two things together. We got to transition from that kick up to the handstand and into that headstand position so that we can push up from the bottom, right? So let's talk about hand placement. First thing, I'm going to use an ab mat today. You can use one, try not to use too many. What I want you to practice is getting the full range of motion. I don't like when people scale with like 4 ab mats stacked up together, because what we're missing is that strength in the negative. Those last couple inches are the hardest, and if you're never doing them and never getting that strength to the bottom, you're never going to get up with a full range of motion handstand push-up. So when we set up, we're going to put your hands about 6 inches from the wall. You can go even a little bit closer. Your head shouldn't be too far from the wall. So we don't want to be here, okay, nor do we want to be too close. We want to be able to balance a little bit. So we're going to be just a few inches from the wall. And remember, your head's going to be going down in front of your hands. So I'm going to set up in that lunge that we talked about earlier. And as I descend into that headstand push-up, remember we talked about the barbell press. The elbows stay in, the head goes in front of your hands, and we're coming into the bottom of that press. right, so let's put it together.